to Book Talk. Today we're discussing the first book in a series, Shatter Me by TAHEREH MAFI. TAHEREH MAFI. Shatter Me is the first book in this series, and Unravel Me, right here with the eye staring at you, is book 2. Now, what I'd like to ask is, what happened? This cover is beautiful. What the hell is this? She didn't even wear a white dress in the book. Why are you standing in a silver abyss? If you haven't read Shatter Me, it is about a girl who, when she touches people, they die. It really picked up after the first 100 pages, and you just couldn't stop reading it. What makes this book really unique is the writing style. Very poetic, and it's very cross-outs. There's cross-out. Like, she'll write things, and then she'll be like, oh my god, I'm ashamed of that. Cross it out. Or, oh my god, I actually don't want to think about that. Cross it out. For example, on the cover, we have, my touch is lethal. No. Actually, my touch is power. I didn't mean that. No, what? I didn't see that. But we can see them, because you didn't actually cross them all the way out, Juliet. There, it's just a line. I can see everything you wrote. See, this cover is a lot more attractive than the actual jacket. I would rate Touch of Power a 90%. And I'd say 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, but more toward the 5 stars and less toward the 3 stars. I'd say 4.25 stars. That's all I'm going to tell you about Shatter Me if you haven't read it yet. I recommend reading it. It's really fast. It's very different writing-wise. So if you have not read Shatter Me, please leave now so I don't spoil you. Come back after you've read it and discuss with us, okay? Okay. Bye! So, don't get me wrong. Shatter Me, excellent book. I ran through it, and it was great. But if there was something that I would say that Shatter Me is lacking, is any sort of levity. Maybe you can argue that Kenji was a little funny, but I never fully trusted the guy, so didn't find you funny. Maybe James. James had a little bit of like, oh, that was cute, but there was no character that kind of lightened up the mood, especially in the first 100 pages. So Juliet is a rather frustrating lead. She's so dramatic. Just over dramatizes all the things. The writing is very poetic in a way that at first it's poetic and then it's like, shut up, Juliet. Okay, I don't want to hear you repeat the word darkness over and over and over. Sometimes she got off on these long metaphorical rambles that I don't need that. I could just stop it. It's like Juliet couldn't adapt. It felt like she was so weak because she kept complaining about the same things even when she was presented with solutions. The girl's got a fainting problem. She knows it. We know it. It's freaking frustrating. Someone shoots a gun. Juliet is on the ground.
Everything is falling apart. Blood, darkness, torture, I don't pain.
And then they give her plates of food and then she doesn't eat them. And Juliet, you have a problem. You need to eat your food so you're not fainting when Warner points at you. I'm starving. My stomach is a fire of starvation. And that's why you're fainting every 5 seconds, Juliet. You need the food, okay? If I'm there, I am in this shitty situation. I'm gonna eat so I'm not fainting left or right so I can pay attention and not make myself extremely vulnerable in front of these guys. I know you're under a lot of stress. But come on, woman, get it together. Sorry, am I being mean? Am I though? It took her until Adam touched her, really, to just change her thought process. Now you got Warner, this evil villain bitch with mommy issues, apparently. I don't like Warner at all. And I feel like he's gonna become a second love interest because people are like, I'm Team Warner, and I'm like, really? That's like being Team Sebastian. I'm all on Adam's side here. That moment when she pulled the trigger and shot Warner. Now apparently Juliet is just amazingly beautiful and sexy and wonderful, but she hasn't looked at her reflection for 3 years. I don't like the fact that she says she doesn't know what color her eyes are. Like, you know what color your eyes are, girl. You said it. They're greenish blue, okay? Just stop pretending like you don't. This Adam-Juliet relationship is interesting because it kind of has that insta-love feel to it. They haven't really ever spoken, really, and then all of a sudden we get this shower scene, this hot shower scene, and he's touching her, and we're like, what? He can touch her? And he's like, I love you, and we're like, what? I love you? But then you have to consider their backstory. But is the backstory really strong enough to support the insta-love? I feel like it's insta-like because they already liked each other. I don't know about calling themselves in love. I can see Juliet doing that because she's never been touched before. Finally having this connection with a human, and it's so strong because she's been so barren of any human connection. But Adam, I don't know, it kind of reminded me of Katniss and Peeta. I mean, I like that. I like them together. I really loved all those scenes. I'm also afraid that the immunity to her touch is going to disappear and Adam is not going to be able to touch her anymore. Actually, when he got healed at the end, I was really afraid that she wasn't going to be able to touch him anymore because he gasped when she touched her hand in the hospital. The immunity to her touch. I mean, James flat out said in the book, like, how come you can touch her? That's awfully convenient. That girl you've been obsessed with forever, you can touch her? The fun. And then Warner can touch her. So convenient that these two boys that are in love with her can touch her. Do we think Adam has an ability? Is he like immune? Because he didn't die in the radiation. Maybe he's some sort of Bella? But that would mean Warner is some sort of Bella too, like a shield. But that's doubtful. Doubtful and way too coincidental. I want there to be a solid reasoning for that. And Castle said that there's no coincidences. So there's something going on there. Maybe Juliet actually is controlling it. But if she could subconsciously control it, then why wouldn't she be able to control it with the dying children? This whole powers storyline. Didn't see that one coming. No. I was thinking that she was some random occurrence and she's the only one ever to have this weird ability. And that's what I thought was initially very strange about the book, because it's weird that there's only one person that's ever been struck with this problem. When we got to that underground facility, it totally threw me for a loop. I was really just not expecting this to be a Powers book at all. I thought it was going to be like this tragic love story. I mean, the girl's name is Juliet. It's called Shatter Me. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking this. I wasn't thinking it was going to turn into the Avengers at the end of the book. They got uniforms. They got superhero uniforms in this Omega Point. Like the X-Men Center. It is like X-Men. It's like X-Men. Oh, let's talk about the Juliet Hulk smash section. I was so confused in that scene. Like, I just pictured a Juliet-sized hole in the concrete, the outline of her silhouette, like in a cartoon. She just walked through it. So not only can she suck the life out of people by touching them, but she can turn into the Hulk. It's so contradictory to how weak she is. In other scenes, she can't run, she hasn't exercised in forever because she's been stuck in that room. I love that one night at Adam's house with James. That was a really nice little eye of the storm moment. Then we have this whole predicament with Warner at the end. They start hardcore making out so she can get the gun out of his jacket. And then she's like, oh my god, we had such a connection. The chemistry in this book. I'm just trying to fathom how Warner could be redeemed. It's just not happening for me. I hope Juliet gets trained and can harness her abilities. My favorite character in this book is definitely Adam. He seems very loyal and very just kind and loving and such. There's no funny people in this book, like I've said, so there's no one I'm really attached to. Not that I can only be attached to funny people, but like, there's no funniness. When Warner was trying to cast doubt when they had him tied up, they were going out the window, and then when Warner's like, he's just using you because he wants to escape. I just was so confused why she would even question Adam at all. They have such a long history and they've had these talks about their childhood. Please don't spoil me about Unravel Me because I have not read it yet. I really don't know what's gonna happen in the next book. I mean, I feel like Warner is gonna like seduce her somehow. I don't know. Hopefully she becomes a superhero and she can control her Hulk death powers. The fact that the birds don't fly anymore, that's crazy. When she saw that tattoo of the exact bird that she always dreams about on Adam's chest, what does that mean? Is this like a soulmate ordeal? They have the same dreams until they meet and then it's like, whoa, we're meant. Is that where that's going? Is every gifted person dreaming of a flying bird? I hope that's explained. If we find out Warner's having that same fucking dream, I don't even know. I'll be like, bullshit. I'm Christine. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts. I'll talk to you next time. Bye. I wanna know. Okay. I look like a ballerina today. Cool beans. Okay.